I think it is a significant moment, BYD outselling Tesla over a quarter. I think what it really shows is the kind of the change that's happening kind of in the car industry at the moment. Most of BYD sales have been within China. Right, it's their biggest market, about 90% of their sales. And a lot of their kind of stuff there is done on selling kind of in big volumes and at quite competitive prices. And obviously they have a massive amount of scale there, whereas Tesla is increasingly find it hard to compete against so many domestic electric car firms. BYD is really looking to expand globally. So in the last couple of years, it started selling cars in Europe, and it really does have kind of bold ambitions to kind of keep growing in Europe. It's planning to build a new factory in Hungary to make cars locally in the region. And it's got plans to sort of become the aim of becoming the biggest kind of electric car manufacturer in Europe by 2030, which sounds like quite a crazy ambition, but actually when you see the kind of the speed with which they're growing, it does feel feasible. You have Tesla, which is a kind of American startup that only started just over a decade ago, and BYD, which is a Chinese firm that only really started making cars about 20 years ago. And they're competing to be the world's biggest EV manufacturer. And at this point, that means that all the big legacy firms, kind of Volkswagen and Ford and Honda and Toyota, are actually playing catch up to these two firms that kind of just weren't on their radar kind of 5-10 years ago. So I think perhaps the most interesting thing is less about the battle between Tesla and BYD and more about kind of what the big established manufacturers that have 100 years of history in making cars are going to do to catch these upstarts.